because then as I got older, people would call out names, and I was like, I know who that is. And it was because I had the opportunity or the resources in my home, which many today kids do not have. Jet magazine does not circulate like it used to, because we would get it every week. And also, I think about the things that my grandfather, y'all know him as Mr. Tweet, I call him Pop, and some of the things that he would tell me about his growing up right here in Franklinton and how hard times were for him. And I just realized that, and I have had this conversation with some of my co-workers, that God makes no mistake. Because the things that he had to endure is no way in the world we at our age would be able to endure. So those that were coming along in the 20s couldn't handle the things that came along prior to. Those in the 40s couldn't handle the things that came along prior to. So when God places us here in the generation, we have to stand for what we know is right and build on that. History, black history, occurs every day. They have only allotted us 1 month. But we have made contributions throughout our lifetimes and every day, every month. So it's important for us as a race. It is important for us as the human race, the black race, the race of mothers and fathers and uncles to enlighten our children. Because our children, I'm a school teacher, and so I see I call them my children. I see them in the school system now, and they're just going just to be going. They don't know the importance of self-respect. They don't know the importance of getting an education. Now, our children have been introduced to so many other things, and I'm grateful that my parents and our parents knew that you better do your homework. Because nowadays, you call a parent and tell them their kid to do the homework. Oh, well, y'all make them do it while they're at school. You know, it's an excuse. But so, we as a race, we still have a long ways to go. I'm not as old as some of you in here, and I may be about the youngest one in here. Amen. And the young man in the back goes to my school. He greets me every morning going to breakfast. Yes. And so I want us to continue as we see these young men and women, young children, teenagers, being who they think. They see things on TV, they see things on these videos, and they think it's real. They see these rappers and stuff with these $1 million houses, and they think that's real. They don't know it's staged. And so that's who they want to be. Instead of seeing positive folk that get up every day and go to work, and they get up and take care of their families and things of that. That's what we need to see now. We need to see what family looks like. And so I think that, you know, as far as us as a black history, I remember, then I'm going to get a microwave, but I do remember being in 3rd grade. And one of my friends, she and I were really good friends. Her parents owned the hot dog stand. And right here in Franklinton. And we were getting ready to get out for the summer. And so she tells me, she says, well, we'll probably go to the pool. The Franklinton pool. And I said, well, won't you can pick, I asked my mom, can I go over to your house and we'll go? And she says, well, I don't think you'll be able to go. That was my first time being introduced to racism, but not knowing it was racism, right? And so to this day, and I know some of y'all may have seen where I asked on Facebook and stuff, why is it we still can't go to the Franklin pool whenever we paying taxes in Franklinton? So I'm still confused about that, but that's another day, another time. So I just say that, you know, let's be vigilant and taking care of our children, because nobody's going to take care of your children like you take care of your own.
That's right. Well, thank you for sharing those comments with us. Good word. Next, Miss Harris.
Please,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead,
he's got a.
Tony?
Yeah, I do have a balance. I can't recall the years, but I remember coming here from Waterbury, Connecticut. That's where I was born. So I went to first and second grade there.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother brought me here to North Carolina, Franklinton County, right here in Franklinton, to stay with my grandmother. So I attended the third grade as being a person.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a life-changing experience. Living in Connecticut, I can't say that I actually experienced racism, but I definitely experienced it here, coming from the north and attending to be a person. And right on this 1A, it was a little candy store, convenience store. And there was a side for the black people, and there was a side for the white people. Matter of fact, there was two stores right across from one another. And so my grandmother educated me very early on which side of the door that I should go in. Because what she would tell me that that the white people in the stores, they would sit around and drink beer, and they were rubbish. I think she used the word rubbish. Rubbish. So she used that.
Oh, okay.
And that really actually, as someone that's like 5, 6, 7 years old, that puts a lot of fear in you. Put a lot of fear. But that was my first experience of racism. You know, so I managed to complete the 5th grade here at Person, and then I went to Jersey to attend the 5th, 6th, and up through high school. And it was like day and night. And just like this gentleman said, the education system at that time was way behind. And how I realized that I was way behind, when they tested me, right, I didn't pass. I didn't meet the mainstream of education and the standards at that time. I didn't meet those standards. But I learned a lot from my grandmother, who I feel went up through the tail end of slavery. But she gave me the tools to be a productive black man, because she taught me respect. She taught me to survive. You know, and from the land, I'm talking about, you know, she was a farmer, and she would tell me stories about her farm experience, where it's just that there were days or during the harvest season where they wouldn't allow her to sell her crop. You know, she would have a good year, and she had a quota, you know, and she would tell me how she would have to go to another farmer, another white farmer, that didn't do as well, and sell him his ticket. So, and that had helped me, you know, her experience has helped me, again, to be the person that I am. You know, there was something else that was on my mind about my grandmother preparing me, you know, for a world